Hi everybody, welcome back to Greg's Workshop. I haven't done no work on the forge. We haven't got no internet. We changed providers. They sent us out a modem, and the modem only lasted about 3 or 4 days. It didn't even last that long. I hadn't uploaded the video. Then it crashed. We had to wait 7 days for a new modem. We put it in, waited. I uploaded the video as soon as it was connected. That was my last video. When I showed you this, as you can see, I've done nothing. It's been a pain in the backside. We've had 3 modems now. This is the 3rd one we've gone through. It's working cross fingers. The technician hooked it up bloody wrong. The stepson, he went through and made sure it was hooked up right. They sent us out a technician to do it, so made sure it was done properly, and he done it wrong. The stepson, he went through, he got sick and tired of it, he went through and had a look. Because my phone in the office hasn't worked since they put it in. It didn't have a signal. It was connected to something else, which it shouldn't have been connected to at all. Now, my son's technical, he knows all about it. The second one lasted 1 day. It collapsed because he hooked it up exactly the same way as the other bloke had it. So why it blew up, we don't know, because it was connected wrong and it was causing a problem inside the motherboard, and it collapsed. So we got another modem in now. He went through and connected it exactly the way it was supposed to be connected. And even my phone's back working in the office, and the phone line's been working really good. No cutouts or buzzing noises, but I still ain't got no way I can upload to the internet. I've only got my desktop, which is collapsed. One of the hard drives collapsed and it lost Windows for some reason. It never been any work properly since I've had it. I got it back in the shop to be repaired. The hard drive crashed, but they managed to save all the stuff off it. Thank Christ, because that's got every video on it that I've copied. All my family photos, the whole lot was on that hard drive. They've put a recovery mode in it, so I can do it just like a laptop. So you can reboot the laptop, you can reboot my computer from the hard drive. It wasn't loading from the hard drive, it was trying to load from the USB plug all the time, which was not right. So it's been raining here, cats and dogs every day. The workshop's so wet in here from moisture. I haven't been in here. I said Doc's got me on more rest time from being in hospital. They thought I had a heart attack, but I didn't. I had an anxiety attack and gastric reflux, as they put it, but they told me not to. He got me on rest time, so I've been like that for a few weeks, but I'm still going to do my shop. I'm still going to do the videos. I don't care. I'm going to do it. But financially at the moment, I'm screwed. I've got money enough. I've been trying to save up to buy a new lathe. So to make the parts for this one, to do the parts for this one, so I can change the bearings over to a heavier bearing, a better bearing. I need the lathe to turn the shaft, make sure I get the right size. I've got the right size bearing, but I've got to make a cup in here, and I've got to be able to bolt it down. So on my mill, so I can turn the, and I haven't got a, what do you call it, rotating turntable, so I can place the case in it, clamp it down, and then cut the bearing case, because the bearings are a bit bigger. I've got to resize it. I'm going to put a grease nipple inside the lid so I can have it, so I can pump it full of grease. And it should never need greasing again. It should only ever need a pump of grease once every 6 months. I've got to drill it and I've got to turn the front plate where it goes in over the bearing. I've got to put a seal in it. I'm going to put a big seal in there so it goes over the shaft. So when I put it in, I put the seal in and the cover on, and then when I put it up, I've got to put 4 bolts in it to hold the cover on. These aren't held in by cover, it's held in by compression from the back of the shaft. It's got where it goes up against the housing. It sits up against the front of the lathe and hold in there between the shaft and there. It's got to push, holds it in tight. I've got to do a little bit of work, but I can get it done. I haven't been able to make any parts for my English wheel because the lathe's too small. I don't want to overload it again like I did with the main wheel on the lathe. I've got to do a bit on the English wheel. I've got to do a bit more machine work, which I can't do because the lathe's it's too heavy for the lathe. What else? I've got to put another couple of lights in. I'm going to replace probably all these lights in here with the new ones. I might do them. And what else am I going to do? Yeah, I don't know. The computer's going to cost me a few dollars. I said, yeah, financially, it's kind of threw me a curveball with the computer being extra money coming out. Probably $400 or $500. I said, I don't know. It's just getting beyond the joke. I'm buying stuff, still buying stuff, bits and pieces. I bought some new pens. I haven't bought them out yet. Got some new pens, a new face mask, and they never sent the filter one. They sent me one that you can wear it outside when you're hosing and doing stuff, but you can't use it in here. Got no filter in it. So that was a waste of money. I thought it had filters, but I was wrong. I don't know. I'll be glad when things come back together again. Well, I won't know for at least a week after I get in it. Once this video goes up, I will not know until a week after where far I can get to with this, because I've got to cut all this out here, and because it's popped up from moving it around. When I turned it over, I must have dropped it and it was still wet. It's all solid. I'll pull this one up, do the grinder and do all this stuff, get the get it all working, sand all this down, spray it with some black heat-proof paint on the outside, clean up this, spray all this, get it all set up on the, got to make a stand that goes underneath that sits on that stand over there. I'd use a grinder stand, but it's got to be bolted to the ground. I don't want to bolt it. I got one that's got wheels on it where I can lock it and I can use the forge and move it wherever I want. So this one here should have been, I'm going to be able to pick it up, roll it over and put it on the trolley cart and move it wherever I want to do the, when I'm going to test the forge. I'll face the forge out that way. And then use the, should work all right. The furnace, I will be getting that, but I've got to order some other stuff when I got the money. I said we're a bit broke at the moment. I said it takes a lot of time and a lot of money. I said I thought it was, I had a certain amount that I saved to put away to start my channel. I've gone through 3 or 4 times that much. All this stuff cost me a fortune. This cost me over $1,000 to build, well over 1,000. Be cheaper if I bought one. But I wanted something that's going to last. Like once I build it, I'll have it forever because I won't be using it all that often. I will be using it for doing a bit of forging work, on making something every now and again to use it. I said I've got to run a lot of repairs. My stuff has all got moisture. My workshop roof is getting wet through here for some reason or another. I've got to get that stuff down. That's got rust coming on it. I don't know, everybody. I'm still going to keep going, plodding along. I got a lot of work. The pond was still leaking. It wasn't leaking. It was throwing the water out over the top because one of the pond, the waterfall fountain was full of sand from the pond being pumped through, and overflow's been running out the back instead of running out the front. So I'm going to clean that out when the weather allows me and remount it so it drains more towards the front. Put some river gravel around it, and that would, and then see if it's going to run over the back again. It shouldn't do. I hope. So it shouldn't take too long to get this done and get I hope to get my computer back this week, which is June, July, June. I'm due, because it's got everything on it, I can't do nothing. My laptop's not set up for YouTube. It's set up in I can watch it. I can watch my own programs, but I can't upload on it. Won't let me. I could change it over, but I don't want to. The laptop is only there for me to take with me when I go fishing, and I can watch videos that I take with me on my remote. So I'm not going to talk too long. So in the next, you have to bear with me. I apologise to everybody. I said, don't dump on me because I can't help it. It's got things happen that I got no control over. I said, And I appreciate everyone staying so far. To all my subscribers and new subscribers, I will upload this video as soon as I got the internet back. So you can safely say when I upload this, when the internet's back, my phone's back, my computer's back. I don't know how to upload on the phone, and I can't store it on my phone. I got to put it onto a hard drive. That's the way I keep it. And I upload that onto a hard drive when I'm finished uploading it to you guys. I don't keep it on the computer. I got other videos on the computer, all my family pictures and videos of other stuff. So I'm gonna call it quits. It's cold out here, and the doctor still got me on bed rest for a while. But I'll still do the video. I've got to do some grinding in here, cut this out, and then I'm going to repack it down the bottom here. I'm going to take out some of this white KY filter, this white stuff, the matting, and put some heavy refractory in there. Some of this brown stuff, which is a lot heavier than the, it's not as hot, it's the same temperature as the grey stuff, but I'll put it down a little bit, so once it shrinks in, I can do the white stuff over the top and get it sorted. So you have to bear with me. As soon as this video is uploaded, within 5 days, I will have a full video on the work on this. And I might run a video on the pond work that I've got to do in between. So I can't upload two videos on my camera at the same time. I have to copy it to the computer to save it. This is saved on my phone. It's probably nearly filled up the spaces on my phone now. Anyhow, bear with me. Like, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, send me a comment. If you want to help, you can either go on my messages and send me a message, and I'll send you my email. My email address should be underneath in the link below. And if you want my address, send me an email and I'll send you it. If you want to send something, if you want to help me with a donation to the channel, because I don't want to do Patreon and all that sort of stuff, because I don't know how, and I don't want to, because I want everybody to be the same. I don't want people getting videos. Makes extra work for me, extra cost, which I ain't got. Maybe in the future, if my channel gets a bit more viewers and a lot more stuff going on. At the present moment, I would like to get my super back so I can put a deposit on it and buy a block of land that I got picked out. I want to hope to get it before the block's sold to somebody else. If it does, I'll lose that as well, so it doesn't make a difference. Anyhow, I wish us all the best. Thank you for putting up with me, and I'll try and do this after this video goes up. I'll have at least 7 days before our next video, and then I'll put it up. I'll make this one, probably one in between, and put it up of the pond that I'm doing. I've got a lot of work to do out there. I've got to empty it, and then I've got to reseal it, and then I've got to repaint the blue bottom and put all the rocks and everything back, and then start the waterfall and everything up again and see what it does. After it's been cleaned, the filter's got to have new sand in it. I'm only going to put 1 bag of sand in it, not 2 or 3 like they fucking probably do. I want the pressure to be a little bit higher through the sand. So I'm just working that out at the moment. So I've got to get some more river gravel for the round the waterfall, and some more plastic plants, because the can't put real ones in there, the rats get into them. I haven't been able to poison because the rats, the dog here, I think she kills them, eats them, so I haven't been able to poison them. I don't want her dying. I'll never hear the end of it. Anyhow, like, subscribe, and I wish us all the best. Over.